Hey guys, it's me Josiah.
And it's me Maribel.
And if you're looking for some unforgettable adventures and great travel tips,
go ahead and subscribe. So we recently went to Busch Gardens to see how the park was doing during the pandemic, and we also went to the grand opening of Christmas Town, which after a year like this, we can use some Christmas spirit.
So today's video is going to be broken up into two parts. The first part, we're going to talk about how the park is doing during the pandemic, and then part two, we're going to talk about Christmas Town.
Yay!
So we were kind of curious what it would be like to visit a theme park during the pandemic. If you ever been to a theme park pre-pandemic, you know it was almost like they would pack in as many people as they can. There was no social distancing. You feel like you had no space to yourself sometimes. You know, not very clean, everyone's sweaty and, you know, just all piled on top of each other. You know, waiting in hours of lines to try to ride a roller coaster. You know, definitely not ideal for these pandemic conditions. So we were curious how Busch Gardens was handling it.
Yeah, and as soon as we got there pulling up, we already saw the noticeable difference.
Yes.
Yeah, there was almost nobody at the parking lots. So we actually thought the park might be closed.
Yeah, I thought we just came on the wrong day. Granted, we did go on a Friday.
Yes, but still, Fridays, it should be full.
Yeah, still pretty day.
So we get there and parked, jumped on the trolley, went into the park, all in less than 5 minutes.
Super easy process.
Yes.
There just was not a lot of people there. So there's not a lot of wait times.
Yeah.
We had pre-bought our tickets, so that helped as well. So we just walked straight in. Also something to think about, because of the pandemic, they are controlling their capacity. So if you buy your tickets online, you have to actually reserve for the day that you want to go. So it's not as flexible as it was before, where you could just buy a ticket, walk in. So potentially you could actually run into some problems with them already reaching capacity, and you might not be able to get into the park.
Yeah.
But that's just something to think about.
And to such a big park, you're wondering, how are they keeping things clean? With sanitation and the checking of temperatures. Well, once you get there, you're walking through a line. They have one of those infrared cameras that checks your temperature, so that's right on the go. And they have hand sanitizer everywhere, actually.
Yes.
When you're in line before you get onto the roller coaster or whatever ride, they have hand sanitizer. As soon as you get off, they have hand sanitizer. Everywhere you go, they have hand sanitizer.
Which is nice too,
it is nice.
Since they don't really clean the roller coaster cards.
Yeah.
At least when you get off, you know, you can get some hand sanitizer, kind of clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
So within the cleanliness of the park, they were doing really well.
Yeah, I noticed also they had like little stations throughout the park. So they had hand sanitizer, of course, but they also had little stations where you could actually wash your hands. They were like little pop-up stations.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could even wash your hands. They had hand soap. There's, you know, obviously the bathrooms everywhere. A lot of staff, they had a lot of cleaning staff. Like we had sat down and ate at some point, and we could see where the staff was coming behind everybody, kind of sweeping up, kind of sanitizing everything.
Yeah.
So that was pretty nice. And then, of course, mask. You have to wear your mask.
Yeah, and they actually had some sections set throughout the park where if you wanted to take off the mask, maybe to breathe a little bit more or whatever it may be, they actually had designated parts that you could do that.
Yeah, and it wasn't like there was, you know, in that area there was just a bunch of people on top of each other with their mask off, but it was definitely more social distance if you wanted to be there. It's outdoors, not indoors.
Yeah. There's so many people on this trail.
¿Dónde están los tigres? Imagine that coming after you. So we decided to ride some roller coasters, and which, by the way, I'm getting a little old for that.
Yeah, same here.
But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Hey guys, here we are at Busch Gardens and getting on all these roller coasters and stuff. I'm just realizing that I'm getting too old for this. My hips hurting, my neck's hurting, my back's hurting. I don't got them young bones no more. But let's get it. So we thought that, you know, maybe wait times would be longer because they are social distancing. But I think for the most part, we probably waited the most about 20 minutes.
Which, if you're not used to going to theme parks, 20 minutes is nothing.
Yeah.
We're used to waiting 2 to 2.5 hours for a roller coaster. So 20 minutes was great.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what happens when you don't buy the fast pass.
Yeah.
Or cheap. But it was actually surprisingly refreshing. I think they did very well as far as social distancing everybody.
Yes.
So in the lines, kind of like in Walmart and stuff, they have the little dots on the floor. Periodically, they did have a couple of the workers there kind of walk by and make sure everybody was social distancing.
Yes.
On the roller coasters, each car, you can say, it was one row of people, then nobody, and then row of people, nobody, so on and so forth. And you can only be seated on a row with your party.
Yes.
So they tried their best. One thing I thought that maybe they could have done a little better though was maybe clean the seats afterwards.
Yeah, they weren't really cleaning the seats. But then again, what they could do was working really well. I believe so.
Yes. So it was refreshingly nice. Definitely, I kind of prefer to visit theme parks under these conditions than in the past.
So although there was a lot of positive, there was a few downfalls, such as the attractions. There were many of them that were closed. For example, the water rides were closed. The Sky Ride was closed.
And She-Gro was closed.
Yeah, which he's really sad about that one.
Yeah, that's kind of one of my favorite rides there. But maybe next time. But all in all, I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons. I really enjoyed being in the park. It almost seemed like we had the park to ourselves at times. So I would definitely recommend going. If you could go on a weekday, go for it. And so the next thing that we wanted to talk about was Christmas time. We decided to visit the park on their grand opening day because we could actually use some Christmas in our lives. So what exactly is Christmas time?
So Christmas Town is an event that's open from November 20th to January 3rd. And basically what it is that Busch Garden decorates the park with millions of lights. There's a cute little village, some amazing meet and greets, such as Rudolph and Blizzard, that's Frosty's cousin, and some amazing shows. It's just so magical.
And on Saturdays, I think it's Saturday and Sunday maybe, they do fireworks shows.
Yes.
So it definitely is a way to get into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
They have a little village, and basically what they do is they set up a lot of little kiosks, and you can buy a little lanyard that has kind of like a little punch card. And so basically what that punch card does is you can go to each kiosk, because each kiosk is going to have something different, like a different baked good, whether it be liquor
or chocolate with marshmallows.
Yeah, s'mores, just a lot of different Christmas themed goodies and treats and stuff.
Yeah.
So with that lanyard, depending on which one you buy, you can go to each kiosk and basically try a little bit of everything. I thought that was pretty cool. We didn't do the little lanyard because we had already kind of ate a bunch during the day.
Yeah.
But I did try one of the drinks out there. Tastes like Christmas.
Oh my god.
It tasted like Christmas.
Yeah, so if you're there, definitely get it. It was called the
Green Apple Fireball, something like that. So the drinks were great, and I think the lanyard is good if you're in a family. You know, you can get 10 items for a fraction of the cost pretty quickly.
So meet and greets. My favorite parts because even though I'm grown, I'm still a kid at heart. They had amazing characters like Rudolph. They had Blizzard, who's Frosty's cousin?
We thought it was Frosty the Snowman.
And he was like, nah.
He's
see
like,
my
nah,
name?
I'm Blizzard.
Yeah, but he was there. They also had Santa and some beautiful princesses. And although you could take the picture with them, it was social distancing. So they were like in the background with the rope and you were in front. So that's a little sad, but you still could see them, say hi to them, and they wave, you know. It was really cute.
Yeah, it was still pretty cool.
Yeah. And another cool thing, no pun intended, was the ice skating show. It was amazing, spectacular.
We're going for a sleigh ride. Christmas time is here again.
Just imagine like beautiful people just twirling. There was one part that you were like,
I thought the girl was gonna like die.
yeah, because basically the guys, well, we're not gonna spoil it, but there's a part where the guy's like twirling and he's holding the girl by her arms and she's twirling and it's just amazing. It's crazy. You have to see it. It was so wonderful. There's tons of lights, beautiful outfits. It's just marvelous. Marvelous.
Yeah, it was definitely a really good show.
Yeah.
All outdoors, so that's good. But I was really impressed with kind of just the routine,
Yeah.
the dancing that they did.
The music was great. It was all amazing.
Yeah, so definitely if you're at Christmas Town, go watch the ice skate show.
Yeah.
So they decorate the park with tons of lights. Of course, it's Christmas lights, it's a thing, right? So there are parts of the park that are decorated, some aren't, so it's kind of throughout. Something that I thought was great was they had one of those little light tunnels
Oh, yes.
that kind of, you know, moves with the music and stuff like
That
that.
was wonderful, actually.
To me, that was probably one of the better displays that they had. But other than that, they had trees that were decorated. They had a lot of little Christmas trees. They even had like little snowflakes projected onto the floor. They had a huge Santa. Santa was there.
Yes.
It was definitely really nice.
Very magical.
So we decided to hop on the train
Yeah.
because we thought for some reason that they were gonna have everything decorated with Christmas lights, you know?
They kind of advertised it was going to be some great train ride Christmas themed, like with music and lights, so we were very excited with that.
Yeah.
And we waited for it to be like the end of the day.
So if you've never been to Busch Gardens, the train ride is kind of like a safari ride. So you go through the park and they have animals out there. So we were thinking maybe there was going to be lights around there, but really I think the only thing that was lit up was the train
Was
itself.
this train? Yeah. Once we went out there, we saw nothing.
It was just pitch black.
pitch black. We went during the day and we could see the animals, but at night there was nothing.
Definitely no Christmas theme. Is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
So don't expect to see, you know, awesome Christmas lights or get a show
animals
or
all,
anything like that
yeah.
because it's just not gonna happen. So we were actually thinking that maybe because it's kind of a safari and they have animals that they opted not to put Christmas lights to not bother the animals.
That's what we're thinking.
But again, I don't know. So I was a little disappointed though because I really would have liked to just sit back, take a train ride, and seen great Christmas lights.
Yeah. Now, if you're a family though with a lot of kids and you want to just rest for a nice, what's like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good for that.
Yes, but that was the only thing that we were kind of disappointed in.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, Christmas Town was great. Kind of
Yes.
did get us into the Christmas spirit. So I would definitely recommend going if you haven't been, and if you just need some Christmas spirit in your life. 2020 has been a tough year. Very different, a lot of things going on, and sometimes you just want to feel like things are normal.
Yeah.
So go ahead and go, book your ticket, enjoy. So if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification button. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments.
Let's get it.